For tackling the rigors of suburbia 3-row SUV style, it is hard to top the Toyota Highlander. That's not to say the 4th generation Highlander is perfect. We'll get to its shortcomings shortly, but it is a very friendly package for dragging your kids to ballet lessons. Helming that usability is a smartly arranged interior. 8 seats come standard, with 7 passenger cabins offered on higher trims. Note, the fanciest Platinum trim, which of course we're testing, #BlueBookLife, only comes with second-row captain's chairs. Second-row space is excellent for the ultimate average human male, but if I bravely move back 1 row, things look a little bit dimmer. Oh, yeah. Let's save this one for the kiddos. One complicating factor is seat functionality. It would be hard for a child to use this lever by themselves. If you're in the second row, you have 2 levers to choose from. This one I think slides it forward and back, and this one flips the seat back forward. Yeah, but remembering which of those does which while you're seated can be a little bit tricky. And then this seat back lever doesn't actually flip the seat back forward. You have to hold it and then pull here, making it a 2-handed operation. This should be simpler. And as long as I'm scrutinizing seats, the 3rd row doesn't release with the tether, as in some SUVs. It releases with this lever. Interestingly, when you push it forward, the headrest doesn't flip down. It has to go to a certain angle before it'll do that, meaning that if the second row seat's far enough back and you move this quickly enough, they hit. Damn it. Hey, that was so easy. This gets easier the longer you live with the car, but man. Idiosyncratic seat functionality aside, the cargo area 16 cubic feet aft of the 3rd row allows for a full load of humanity and sundries. Plus, this hidden storage area holds the cargo cover a la Subaru Ascent. Lovely. In full drop seat cargo mode, the Highlander tops out at 84.3 cubic feet. That puts it in league with the Honda Pilot and Ford Explorer, but behind the big old Chevy Traverse. Of course, the most important measure of any vehicle is the Micah Musio Elbow Comfort Index. With my hands on the steering wheel, the inboard position is fairly soft and comfortable, even though it has this roll top mechanism. Nicely done. However, the outboard is unavailable to me if I'm holding onto the steering wheel. I'm going to rate that an emotionally distant squirrel. More positively, seat comfort is excellent. There are very few pressure points in these Highlander seats, as is the case with most Toyotas. Rounding out the interior, we find nice materials, especially in this indulgent Platinum trim, a gauge cluster seatbelt indicator to verify your kids' self-preservation instincts, a rear seat reminder so you don't leave anything important behind, 5 USB ports, though none are in the 3rd row, handy bins built right into the dash, and this soft roll-top console cover hiding a generous storage area and an optional wireless charging pad. Lastly, our 12.3-inch display is big, but I wish the backup camera were higher resolution and the Entune interface could use a slicker aesthetic, assuming, there we go, that's what it looks like. On the other hand, it does have a 360-degree camera system, and with a push of a single button here by my knee, you can do a clean sweep around the entire vehicle, ensuring you're clear for takeoff. I can even see the cigarette butts from here. Cool. Lower trims use an 8-inch display, but simple functionality and standard Android Auto and Apple CarPlay smartphone connectivity make it a fine interface. And now, let's briefly hit on the superficial. The latest gen Highlander has a sculpted, styled, muscular quality you might like. Or you might not. I think this hood headlight gap is a little bit weird, and this crossbar feels awfully Subaru Outback to me. It's not necessarily my style, but if you like the Toyota Highlander, I'm glad you found an SUV to love. All right, let's skew mechanical. That's the standard 3.5-liter V6 teamed with an innocuous 8-speed automatic transmission. It's a pairing that's happy to blast you up to freeway speed or tow 5,000 pounds. When not towing, the V6 returns fuel economy that's typical for the segment, with all-wheel drive inflicting a minor toll at the pump. Interestingly, the V6's all-wheel drive system features torque vectoring abilities. That means the system can overdrive the outside rear tire, helping the Highlander turn with greater agility. Hey, if you're going to brave the Costco parking lot, you need every advantage you can get. Snark aside, sophisticated all-wheel drive yields benefits when the roads turn slick. There are also 2 off-road modes you can activate via this knob, plus 2 on-road modes engaged with this rocker switch. I'm not sure why they have different controls for on and off-road settings, and I'm also not sure why you haven't subscribed to Kelly Blue Book's YouTube channel yet. If you haven't, please do. We've got new videos every Monday and most Thursdays. Hooray for self-promotion, and hooray for pliable road manners that obscure the mean streets over which we drive. The Highlander's nature is well suited for domestic living. It's smooth, comfortable, has a tight turning circle, and it's not particularly exciting. You'll want to save your excitement for the Bachelorette finale. Ooh! Let's also acknowledge the Highlander Hybrid. 243 total horsepower, a stellar 36 combined MPG, and a modest $1,400 premium over the V6, it might be the best Highlander of the bunch. Starting a touch under $36,000, including destination charges, the Highlander looks pricey among 3-row midsize SUVs, landing about $3,000 higher than a base Honda Pilot. However, that price disparity is justified by a lengthy standard equipment roster with smart key access, 3-zone climate control, an 8-way power driver's seat, and the Toyota SafetySense suite of driver assists, featuring full-speed dynamic cruise control, lane keep assist, and automatic emergency braking with cyclist and pedestrian detection. Golly, that's a lot of gear. Higher trims offer grander indulgences like a foot-activated power liftgate, a panoramic roof, leather, and 20-inch wheels replacing the standard 18s. At maximum swank, an all-wheel drive Highlander Platinum trim peaks around $51,000. Though it faces a panoply of alluring competitors, the Toyota Highlander has one big advantage: a cavalcade of enthusiastic buyers who absolutely adore Toyota. That reputation is not to be ignored. Perceived reliability and enviable resale values have a massive effect on the ownership experience. So, are you a risk-averse driver who just wants an SUV to haul around your family free from complications? If so, the Toyota Highlander remains an obvious choice. This is what I sound like when I'm sitting in the car, but you don't know, cause we cut it out. Gonna talk. For tackling the rigors of suburbia 3-row SUV style, it is hard to top the Toyota Highlander. Back to talking just like this. This is how I always talk.